Vanished, the early hours of the search. The night was still, the kind of stillness that makes you feel like the world has paused. February 9th, 2004, a date that would soon be etched into the memories of many. A cold Monday night in Haverhill, New Hampshire. The air was crisp, the kind that bites at your cheeks and makes you pull your coat tighter around you. It was the kind of night that made you want to be curled up inside. But 21-year-old nursing student Maura Murray was far from home. She was out there alone in the biting cold. She was last seen around 7:30 p.m. Her car, a beat-up Saturn, crashed into a snowbank on Route 112. The scene was eerily quiet, the only sound the wind whistling through the trees. When the first police officer arrived, the scene was strange. It was as if time had stopped at the moment of the crash. The car's engine was still running, hazard lights blinking. The airbags hadn't deployed, suggesting a low-impact collision. Inside, signs of a life interrupted, spilled red liquid, a box of wine, but no Maura. Where did she go? The questions began to pile up. News of Maura's disappearance spread quickly. The small community was in shock, and the media soon picked up the story. The small town, nestled in the White Mountains, was about to become the epicenter of a mystery that would captivate the nation. The serene landscape now held a dark secret. The clock was ticking, and every second counted. Time was of the essence, and the urgency was palpable. The search for Maura Murray had begun. Friends, family, and strangers alike joined forces, braving the cold night, hoping to find any trace of her. Scent trails and dead ends, the search for Maura. This is a story that has gripped the hearts and minds of many, a tale of a young woman who vanished without a trace. Helicopters with infrared cameras buzzed overhead, their spotlights cutting through the darkness. The cold night air was filled with the hum of engines and the hope of finding any sign of Maura. Search parties combed the woods, their boots crunching on the frozen ground. Each step was a mix of anticipation and dread, as they hoped to find a clue but feared what it might reveal. Volunteers from surrounding towns joined the effort, determined to find the missing student. They braved the harsh winter conditions, driven by a sense of community and the urgency of the search. Tracking dogs were brought in, their keen noses pressed to the ground, hoping to catch Maura's scent. These dogs, trained for such missions, were the best hope of finding her trail. They followed a trail for a short distance, then nothing. The trail went cold, leaving everyone puzzled and frustrated. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The forest, once full of hope and activity, now seemed eerily silent and empty. Days turned into weeks, and the initial hope began to dwindle. The relentless passage of time weighed heavily on everyone involved. The official search was called off after a week, but Maura's family and friends refused to give up. They couldn't bear the thought of leaving her fate unknown. They organized their own searches, putting up posters, chasing down leads, and clinging to the hope that she would be found. But Maura remained missing. The mystery deepened, and the community was left with more questions than answers. Whispers in the woods theories take root. As time passed and the searches proved fruitless, whispers turned into full-blown theories. The rumor mill churned, fueled by speculation and a lack of answers. The small town of Haverhill, once a peaceful corner of New England, became consumed by the mystery of Maura Murray's disappearance. True crime enthusiasts from around the country latched onto the case, dissecting every detail, analyzing every clue, and debating every possible scenario. Internet forums buzzed with theories, some plausible, others bordering on the bizarre. But amidst the speculation, three main theories emerged: the accident theory, the foul play theory, and the runaway theory. Each provided a possible explanation, but none offered a definitive answer. The accident theory, a wrong turn in the night. The accident theory suggests that Maura, disoriented after the crash, wandered into the wilderness and succumbed to the elements. The cold, dark night would have made it incredibly difficult for her to navigate. Proponents of this theory point to the fact that it was a cold night, and she was not dressed for the weather. Without proper clothing, hypothermia could set in quickly, leading to confusion and impaired judgment. Some believe she may have hit her head during the accident, causing further disorientation. A head injury could explain why she didn't seek help or return to the road. Her car contained a printed email confirming a hotel reservation in the area, suggesting she was not familiar with the roads. This unfamiliarity could have contributed to her making a wrong turn. Perhaps she made a wrong turn, got lost in the woods, and was unable to find her way back. The dense forest and lack of visibility would have made it nearly impossible to navigate. The scent dogs losing her trail a short distance from the crash site could support this theory. If she wandered off the beaten path, the dogs might have struggled to pick up her scent. It's possible her scent was dispersed by the wind or covered by fresh snow, making it difficult for the dogs to follow. The harsh weather conditions would have further complicated the search efforts. Was Maura's disappearance a tragic accident? A case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? The combination of disorientation, harsh weather, and unfamiliar terrain paints a grim picture of her fate. Section 5. The foul play theory. Did Maura encounter harm? The foul play theory, however, paints a darker picture. This theory posits that Maura encountered someone with ill intentions, either at the crash site or shortly after leaving her car. Some believe she may have been a victim of a crime of opportunity, abducted by someone who saw her vulnerability. Others point to the lack of obvious signs of a struggle as evidence against this theory. The red liquid found in her car, initially thought to be wine, was never conclusively identified, fueling speculation that it could have been blood. Could this be a sign of a struggle? Was Maura the victim of a random act of violence, her disappearance orchestrated by someone lurking in the shadows? Section 6. The Runaway Theory, a life in the shadows? The Runaway Theory proposes that Maura intentionally disappeared, seeking a fresh start or escaping personal problems. Proponents of this theory highlight Maura's recent struggles: a DUI arrest, academic probation, and a strained relationship with her boyfriend. They argue that these events may have led her to stage an accident and vanish, leaving behind her old life. Her cell phone use ceased shortly after the crash, suggesting a deliberate attempt to stay off the grid. Could Maura have been running from something, choosing to disappear rather than face her problems? Section 7. Shadows and speculation. Stranger theories emerge. Beyond these three main theories, the internet has become a breeding ground for more outlandish explanations. Some speculate that Maura was the victim of a serial killer, citing other unsolved disappearances in the area. Others believe she may have staged her disappearance to join the witness protection program, pointing to her father's alleged military connections. While these theories are often dismissed as far-fetched, they highlight the enduring fascination with Maura's case. The lack of concrete evidence has allowed speculation to flourish, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. Section 8. Glimmer of Hope or Cruel Trick, New Leads and Dead Ends. Over the years, the case has been punctuated by new leads, each offering a glimmer of hope, only to fade into dead ends. Reported sightings of Maura have surfaced across the country, but none have been verified. Mysterious phone calls, allegedly from Maura, have been traced to prepaid burner phones, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. In 2021, a potential breakthrough. A bone fragment was discovered near a location where Maura's scent dogs had tracked years earlier. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle? DNA testing, however, proved inconclusive, leaving the fragment a tantalizing yet frustratingly ambiguous clue. Section 9. A Father's Fight, Fred Murray's Relentless Pursuit. Through it all, one figure has remained constant: Fred Murray, Maura's father. He has dedicated his life to finding his daughter, tirelessly pursuing every lead, organizing searches, and keeping her case in the public eye. Fred has become the public face of the case, appearing on countless news programs and podcasts, pleading for information and keeping Maura's memory alive. His unwavering belief that she is still out there has inspired countless others to join the search. Fred's determination is a testament to the power of a parent's love, a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable loss. Section 10. A Cold Case Still Burns. The enduring mystery of Maura Murray. Maura Murray's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing cold cases in recent history. The lack of concrete evidence, coupled with a tangled web of theories, has left investigators baffled. and the public captivated. The case has become a haunting reminder of the fragility of life, the randomness with which tragedy can strike, and the enduring power of unanswered questions. Despite the passage of time, the search for answers continues. Section 11. What really happened to Maura? A question that lingers. What really happened to Maura Murray on that cold February night? Did she wander off into the wilderness, become the victim of foul play, or simply choose to disappear? The mystery of her disappearance continues to fascinate and frustrate, a puzzle with missing pieces and no clear solution. Perhaps one day the truth will emerge, bringing closure to her family and friends. Until then, the question remains, what happened to Maura Murray?